George there anymore. You wouldn't if you were. You wouldn't be playing baseball games with him.
But you're a reasonable guy. Most people, I'm not excusing this, I'm just explaining it. Most people, it's hard for them to feel other people's pain, is it not?
Well, I'm explaining
it's hard for you to care about someone else's pain the way you care about your own pain.
Understood? Yeah. And so I'm explaining it to you. I'm telling you, you know I'm not that emotional. Every time I write about Cuba, I cry.
Yep.
Every time. And it's not because of me. Man, all I've known is freedom. But do you know how my parents and grandparents had to suffer to give it to me?
Well, they suffered a lot.
My grandparents are dead. Castro and that regime outlived them. My parents are old. And they've got to watch this. And guys, it's one thing. It is one thing to have to watch this. It's another thing entirely to have to watch it and see America applaud it. That's the part that feels loneliest. That is the part that hurts. And it's okay to applaud it if you understand what you're applauding, but don't just applaud another party. This is meant to celebrate America and to celebrate baseball. And I get it. Like, I get that part. And I'm not unreasonable, and I'm not filled with rage, and I'm not filled with fury about this. Like, if it helps the Cuban people, of course, enough suffering for them.
But you're having doubts as to whether or not it's going to help the Cuban people.
How can you not doubt?
Of course.
Hey, look, my mom, look. My mom, all right, visiting her brother in prison. Okay, the guards making fun of her, insulting her, touching her. My uncle in prison for a decade for merely having different politics than the government. Keep in mind, students and intellectuals were killed there for believing in elections, for believing in a constitution. Killed, not jailed, killed. My father in jail, my uncle in jail for a decade. My mom going to visit him, walking past firing squad walls covered in fresh blood, wondering, is that my brother's blood? As she goes to visit, that's still in charge. That hasn't changed. It's the same regime. And so, I would like America to understand it. Because I've told you this before, my parents are not immigrants. They're exiles. My parents did not leave poverty seeking money. They left money and chose poverty to get away from that. And the oceans, that ocean, filled with bodies of people desperate to get away from that. And now we play with it. We're playing with it. And this company is celebrating it. And this government is celebrating it. And this sport is celebrating it. And it hurts. And it hurts just in this small area of Miami, it feels like. And I just want you to understand it. I want you to understand what we're doing, even at the risk of being the dude who's crying in the corner and ruining your party.
This is the Dan Lebertard Show on